Hey guys, today I was talking to a friend and we're just like talking about some of the interesting sort of skills and um, just like some deep discussions of like how kind of the world is shifting right now. It's, that's not the main point though. Basically, it helped me realize just seeing I think the oldest and the most reliable, the oldest version of sort of power, like the hidden skill that the actual like elites probably use the most is social engineering, which is like sort of nudging and creating behaviors you want out of people. You can kind of nudge people, you can create narratives. It relies on the emotions and priming of people because a large majority of people don't really think beyond their emotions, or at least the first thoughts. So it makes it kind of straightforward to, at least for a large part of the population, you can control kind of the overall shape of their behavior. I mean, I think Trump is a good example. He is able to rouse the people before who didn't really feel seen, and he could have like terrible policies for them. Like I saw this video, like these my friends showed me a video of these Cubans who like sang a song for Trump, and they were so happy and voted for him. And there was another video where it was them crying because like some of them got deported, and it's just like that is kind of a master class in social engineering in a way. I don't think it's useful to focus on you know kind of the thoughtlessness that went into just taking his word at face value and voting for him. I don't think that's sort of useful. I think it's better to focus on how, with some priming, some nudging, some emotional, anchors, some emotional triggers, you got he got so many people to vote for him, and so many people wanted him, even if now that a lot of people aren't sort of the direct benefactors of what he's doing and maybe even getting hurt by it. They think that as long as this other group is, not doing that great, it's okay. And that's just like so it just highlights so much like how if you can do that to the majority of a population, you basically just control that whole country. And yeah, I mean he has like resources and like, money and reach and stuff, but I mean that's insane. Like it's genuinely insane. And most of the people who are just walking around just every day that you may interact with, most of them are in these groups of like emotional thinkers, or at least first level. They see something, they think about it, they don't think anymore. They don't think about what's behind it. They don't think about cause and effect. You kind of need to not just sort of take it as it is, and you sort of see the structure under it. Like every time, something happens, maybe somebody cuts you off or something, you think, damn, he's just a jerk or something, this person in traffic. They might be needing to go somewhere. They might be late to something. They might need to go to the hospital because somebody in their car is dying. there's a lot of things that, we kind of just brush off because it's easier to get an emotional reaction and just drop it. But I just think it's important to look at, you know, the bigger things because it's very easy to get swept up in what we're feeling or the gut sort of reactions are to things when there's a lot of times a calculated, design and plan for that. Every time you open your phone, that's social engineering, but in technology. I mean, Instagram is literally primed to get you to keep going. It's primed to get you to keep seeing things. That sort of gamblers, randomized dopamine drops of rewards from reels and stuff. You talk to like salesmen, they'll pull on your sort of core fear level levers or like your human levers. Um, I think Influenced by Robert Cialdini is the book that was about that. Just how there's scarcity, people are afraid of something that's running out. A social proof of like a high status person or somebody with credentials doing something first, of being like the person. If the person sort of like you, looks like you, or somehow you can identify with them, makes them more trustworthy. There's just so many small things that, add up. They do add up. And there's also like nudging behavior theory. I think it's very important because psychology is kind of like treated as this pseudoscience when in effect it's kind of like the most or one of the most powerful things you can learn. Like deep psychology beyond academics, like applied social engineering, attention, like allocation and energy usage. You tie that in with like anything. You could tie that in with marketing. You could tie that in with media. You could tie that in with economics. It's ridiculous because we are not rational actors. We are not fully rational actors. So, yeah.